So, someone asked me to do this. Alright, so the first mob is the axolotl. I think the axolotl belongs in probably great tier. It's a very cute mob, and it's a useful mob. I've never used it myself, but like, if there ever comes a chance where I need to raid an ocean monument with low gear, then I know who to bring. Up next is the bat. I don't really know how I feel about the bat. To be honest, it's so useless, but so cute at the same time. So I think just for that, it deserves the best tier. Up next is bee. I think the bee deserves a pretty high tier here. I don't think it deserves best, but I think it definitely deserves at least great. The bee is a really good mob. Blaze. Ooh. I think everyone has had some Vietnam flashbacks when it comes to the Blaze. I think I'll probably put him in the good tier. I don't think he's a bad mob, but he's definitely very annoying. Brown mushroom. How do I feel about the brown mushroom? To be honest, he felt kind of unnecessary, in my opinion. So I'm probably going to put him in this tier. It's nothing personal, buddy. Up next is the cat. I'm just going to put it in no tier. Cave spider. I don't understand why people hate cave spiders so much. They're such an easy mob to fight. I think they deserve like okay tier. It was like they're a very easy mob to fight, but I don't know. I just don't think they deserve the higher tiers. Charged creeper. I think he deserves the great tier. Charged creeper is just a really cool concept. Chicken jockey has to go in best tier, right? I think we can all universally love the chicken jockey. The chicken in general, I feel like it's kind of like the bat, where it's like it's just like so useless, but yet we love it. So I think I'll put him in the best tier. Cod. Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of the aquatic update when they turned the fish into actual mobs. So I'll probably put him down in this tier. The cow. Honestly, I think the cow is another best tier. Cow is kind of another universally loved mob. Creeper. I think I'll put him with the Blaze, because he can be annoying at times, but overall he's still a pretty solid mob. Dolphin. I'm not a huge fan. Donkey. It's a good concept for a mob, I just think they didn't really do a good job with it. Like, its jump height is terrible, its speed is terrible, it can't wear armor, so its health is terrible. Like, its chest carrying feature is useful, but like once you get shulker boxes, it's just useless. Drowned are a no-no. They're only a problem very early game, to be honest though. Like, once you get like iron tools, then they aren't too bad, but they're still a no-no. Elder Guardian? I think Elder Guardian might deserve best tier here. Yeah, I think he deserves best tier. I think he's a really cool mob. Ender Dragon. Again, I feel like he's the Blaze and Creeper, where it's not really a bad mob, but he's not a super good mob either. Enderman. I'll put him in the good tier. I think he's a pretty solid mob. Endermite. He's kind of like the brown mushroom, where he just kind of felt like a very unnecessary mob. Evoker. Evokers are pretty easy to fight, in my opinion. I'm still not a huge fan. I'll put him in okay, I guess. Fox. Terrible. Like, whenever I'm in a taiga, I purposefully hunt down and kill foxes. Even though they don't drop anything but experience, I still purposefully hunt them down. Ghast. Whew, you are annoying. You are annoying, but still pretty solid. I'll put you in good. Glow Squid. I think we can all agree that he belongs in no tier. Guardian. Guardian's a pretty solid mob, in my opinion. I think he deserves at least good tier. Hoglin. I'm not a huge fan of the Hoglin. He's kind of annoying, and I just don't like him as a mob in general. Horse, I think we can all agree is best tier. Husk. Again, kind of felt like a very unnecessary addition to the game. Really unnecessary. I'll put him in okay tier for creativity. The Illusioner. I feel like he's a good concept, but I don't feel like he would fit well into the actual game. It's cool they added him as a boss in Minecraft Dungeons, but overall I don't think he would fit in normal Minecraft. Iron Golem, best tier. Everyone can agree with that. Killer Bunny. I'm not a huge fan of the Killer Bunny. He's kind of weird. Llama. Where on earth do I put this guy? I don't really like the llama. I'm sorry, llama lovers out there. I just really don't understand the obsession with them. Magma Cube. These little guys can be annoying, but I think he deserves great tier, to be honest. Mushroom, best tier. Mule is literally the exact same thing as the donkey, so just put him with the donkey. Ocelot. Ocelot, I think, goes in great tier, just because why did they have to add the cat? They just made ocelots completely useless. Why? Panda, I'm not really a huge fan of the panda. I would put it in the terrible tier, but just because of their different personalities and stuff, and all the different things you can do with them, I'll put them in the okay tier. Parrot. I think Parrot probably belongs in good tier. It's a nice companion that you can just have sitting on your shoulder. It's very annoying when they get lost and you have to have them fly through trees and stuff to get to you. Piglin Brute. I think he's a pretty solid mob. I'll put him in good tier. Piglin in general, I'm not a huge fan. Put him in okay. Pig is S tier. Pig is above S tier, but there's no above S tier, so we'll just put him in S tier. Here, I'll put him at the beginning. How about that? Pillager. Not a huge fan of him. Polar Bear. I think Polar Bear's probably an okay tier mob. He's really useless, but I still think he's a pretty cool mob. Pufferfish. Pufferfish is like one of the only fish that I actually like from the aquatic update, but I'm still not a huge fan. Rabbit. I think Rabbit probably belongs in great tier. He's not really useful, but he's not useless either. Anyone else remember when the rabbit was able to scare away Ravagers? Those are funny days. Speak of the devil, here's the Ravager. Honestly, Ravager's kind of like overrated as a difficult mob. I think Ravagers are pretty easy. I'll always have a bow with knockback 2, and then they just can't even reach me. Honestly, call me crazy, I think he deserves good tier. Salmon. Again, I'm not really a fan of the aquatic update, guys. Bedrock Edition, they have different sizes, but apparently that's just a bug. I'll put him with the cod. What the hey? Sheep is another S tier mob. Shulker, I'll probably put him in good tier, along with these guys. Skeleton Horseman, I think probably belongs in S tier. Skeleton Horseman is a really cool mob. The Skeleton Horse is just useless though. He's like no uses. Skeleton is annoying AF. I'll probably put him in great tier though. Slime I think is another great tier mob. Spider Jockey. I feel like they're so rare that once you find them, it's kind of special. So I'll put him in the great tier. Spider itself will probably go in good tier. Squid. Squid is just kind of so derpy, and that's the reason why we all love it. So I think I'll put him in best tier. With the Stray. Like, it's like the Husk. I'm glad they're trying out new things, but the Stray is just really not that good. Strider. It's an interesting concept. I'll put him in the okay tier. Wandering Trader Llama. Honestly, I think he belongs here. He has a cool outfit and all, but I think we all just kind of universally dislike these guys. Tropical Fish. Tropical Fish are a little more unique than cod and salmon, so I think we'll put him with the pufferfish. Turtle. How the hell do I feel about this guy? He's really useless. Like, the turtle helmet has no use whatsoever. Yeah, I'll probably put him in this tier. Sorry. Vex. The Vex really is not that bad of a mob. Everyone, like, I've seen so many people lose hardcore worlds over it. And then on Bedrock Edition, the Vex is just a joke. He just flies up and down. Either way, I'll probably still put him in the terrible tier. Villager, we can all agree that Villager belongs in the best tier. Vindicator, nah, I don't like these guys. Wandering Trader, honestly, I like Wandering Traders a lot more than other people do. I'll put him in the okay tier. Warden. Warden is definitely the most unique mob that they've added in a while. I don't know where I would put him, though. I would put him in the okay tier. Witch probably belongs up here in the great tier. Same with the Wither Skeleton, to be honest. The Wither Skeleton, I really like him. The Wither. I'll probably put him in the good tier. He's a good mob. Wolf. Go ahead and hate me, Armadillo voters. Go ahead. Go ahead and hate me. Zoglin. It's really unnecessary, to be honest. Same with the Zombie Horse. Zombie Horse, I think, is just, like, why? Why does it exist? Zombie Pigmen go up to S tier. The Zombified Piglin, on the other hand, can go in the no tier. Zombie Villager. Put him in the okay tier. Zombie in general. Probably put him in the great tier. And next we have the Frog. Honestly, I think the Frog deserves the best tier, if I'm being honest. Frogs are awesome. You belong with the best. Tadpole, on the other hand, I'll put him in the good tier, probably. Silverfish. I think Silverfish are a pretty solid mob. I think they deserve at least great tier. The Phantom, I think we can all agree on this. Honestly, Snow Golem is just another best tier one. Snow Golems are awesome. Goat. I'm not really a huge fan of the goat, if I'm being honest here. The Allay. Honestly, controversial opinion, I think Allay deserves a good tier. I do really like the Allay. The Sniffer, I think probably the okay tier. Camel, I think Camel should go up in the best tier, if I'm being honest. I really love the Camel mob. And then I decided to include the 1.21 mobs as well. So Armadillo, no. And the breeze, I think the breeze deserves a decent tier at least. They did really go all out with the breeze for a new combat mob. I'll pop them in the good tier. Alright, so here's my tier list. Let me know what you think.